Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal and topped it off with music dessert. This is Mr. Hata speaking. Previously, there was a video on our release here. Food's an hour long with Tower TriStar 2 is back. Taylor Christensen, Jamar 500, and Christopher Rahaman. Today's guests are Tower TriStar 2 is back. Jamar 500. Well, he's at dinner right now. We have Mermaid Sarah 6, the guy who does rants, Mermaid Sarah Speaks videos, and live streams. Taylor Christensen, and last but not least, we have, Christopher Rahaman left the call. So, guys, these are school subjects that we despise so much that we just want to boycott them. Just skip school. Just be ghetto. Just do whatever.
We want to ask if we can run the program and get rid of all these. And if we had a choice to get rid of every single one of these, so nobody has to do them ever again, these are the ones we'll get rid of.
These are classes that just make you want to go to the bathroom for 10 hours instead of going to that class for an hour. These classes
for the whole period.
These classes literally make you go to sleep. These classes make you want to sit in the back and sleep so I can get fat.
Those dumb classes if you have more than one.
Alright, so, gentlemen, you four, come up with your least favorite school subjects right now and explain why. Oh, ew. You guys explain about PE.
You don't even get stronger. Plus, does public schools want everybody to be athletes? Do they want every single person who's ever been to school to be an athlete at some point?
Go ahead, Kazuna. Fill out your thoughts.
Well, I think honestly the whole reason behind having phys ed is just so that kids are active. I mean, it's a means of it's basically in a sense you could almost call it a second recess. That way kids aren't being, lazy and sitting around for 8 hours a day, just sitting in a chair developing, clots in their legs, blood clots in their legs. You want them to be active to prevent that, to promote better circulation. So I can see a reason for having phys ed, but I can see a reason behind phys ed. True, it doesn't really make you stronger, but it does teach you a couple of different things that actually aren't necessary in life. It teaches you it teaches you the fundamentals of games, and it teaches you some other, fundamental things. But I do agree that it is really stupid.
Yes, agreeable. Yeah, as you guys were saying.
Bud, can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
What I'd rather do than PE is I'd rather do more literacy bullcrap.
PE is the
I
most
like
useless
literacy
class ever.
Because I suck at it. I don't like literacy either because I suck at it. Even though I am okay at grammar, that's the only thing I'm okay with pretty much. I'm good with spelling as well, but I just don't like the reading for like an hour a day. That's bull crap. Because to be honest, I'm actually not that big of a reader.
When I was in school, I was pretty, in high school anyways, I was pretty much like the top speller in the whole school. So, I never had a problem in the spelling aspect of it. We used to, actually, when I was in elementary school, we did spelling bees, but they were just for the class. They weren't like, you complete that one and you go on to a championship. No, it was just, the class would have their own little spelling bee to help you learn the words and the meanings as well as the spellings of them. And I would always get to the last round and I'd be like looking at the other person and I'd be like, I would just be confident in my abilities, and I legitimately, I was like one of the best ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. One of the best ones, and the last one's too hard. Huh?
I don't know, oh my god, they gave me like one of the, I was in 4th grade, and they gave me one of the easiest last words. I think it was either intelligence or scientific. It was one of the two. And the other person missed it by like 2 letters, and I spelled it perfectly.
Were you one of the smartest kids in your school, Kazuna?
I could have been, but I chose not to be. Yeah, like I would definitely probably consider myself one of the smartest kids in the school, but you could say I chose not to be because I just didn't want to be there. If you've ever seen Naruto, you know Shikamaru, I think is what his name is. He's a genius, but he doesn't use it. He uses it when it's necessary, but when it's something that he's not interested in, he doesn't care. And that's how I was at school. I was really smart. I could do the work. I just chose not to because it bored me.
You're one of
Yeah,
the.
I think school is bullcrap too. I don't really care much about school.
Kazuna, may I ask you a personal question?
I think school is pointless.
Kazuna, may I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
You're a special ed in your school. Were you one of the smarter special ed kids of your school, I guess?
The only thing is, with my special ed class, I was only in special ed because I was bad at reading. Like, I was really slow at reading. I wanted to try and get my reading level up. So I was like, they basically said I was like at a second or third grade reading level when I should have been at a sixth grade reading level. And I was also really bad at math. And I flipped out one day and told the teacher to go fuck himself because I couldn't do a multiplication problem. So I blamed the teacher for my inability to do multiplication. And I flipped out and told him to go fuck himself. And they put me in special ed. So I was in a special ed class with one other kid. And the kid, bless you, the kid that I was in the special ed class was actually mentally challenged. So I was literally in a special ed class with someone who was mentally challenged. So someone who the teacher was, I know I told you this, but it was that she was hot. She was seriously, my special ed teacher was freaking hot.
And she was friendly too, wasn't she?
Oh, she one day, the other kid didn't show up one day to class. He was out sick. And during the special ed teacher's lunch break, because I was literally in the class the entire day that day, so instead of leaving me in the classroom by myself, which I wouldn't have liked very well, she decided to take me to go get food. And then right next to where she was going to get food at, there was a toy store. She took me to the toy store. Bought us a couple of games for the classroom, and anytime that the principal was supposed to make a visit, we would hide the games, and then instead of actually doing work, she would just give us like points and let us play games.
That was nice.
What a friendly lady.
I'm not sure.
For some reason they won't even buy me lunch. They won't even do anything special. There's no field trips this year, which is
We never have field trips anymore. We haven't had field trips for the last decade.
We never have field trips.
That's because our schools are poor as hell, our taxes are up, and the welfare's abused.
I never really got to enjoy field trips when I was in school.
Same here.
Like he just choose the good kids to go.
We never had field trips
Make
at
us
all.
all have to suffer. What the hell are our public schools?
There were no field trips in middle school or high school. There were maybe like 1 or 2 in elementary school, and that was it.
I never got to enjoy it.
Third graders get to go do something, but we have to stay in class and do boring math worksheets.
Well,
Waste paper. Look, that's just recycling right there. That's recycling. That's also retarded. Completely retarded. Because this is really, you know what? This is really pissing me the hell off how we can't have field trips. That's pissing me off.
We do have to go back
yeah,
into
that
our
is really
topic, though.
stupid. I mean, if they're gonna have field trips for some people, it should be for everyone.
We should go back into our
But no,
topic,
excuse
though.
me, it's bad behavior. We can't go. Oh, why can't you just pick the good kids to go?
They're not
Yeah,
necessarily
they're
good
ridiculous.
kids either.
That's what my school did. If you misbehaved and there was a field trip coming up, if you didn't change your behavior, you weren't allowed to go.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't
Yeah,
punish
make it
everyone.
It'd be totally
Yeah,
fine.
they would just punish the person who fucked up.
for everybody.
Yeah, they used to do when I was in school. They would punish the person who fucked up and let everyone else enjoy the field trip.
That's what they should do. That was perfect. That is perfect. That is a good example of
My
field trips.
thing was that I never got to enjoy them.
I'll do it. I'll make the change if I have to. I'll be the one to make the choice if I have to. I am not letting this happen to people. This is retarded.
Well, back to what we were saying.
I can't just punish the person that messed up. Punish the person. Don't make everybody have to stay in class, do boring worksheets instead. That is no fun. And some of it doesn't even have any value.
We should get back to our least.
Also, why are you wasting paper? Why can't you write the problems on the board? Write the problems on the board and go over them. Come on, you can do that.
We should get back
Do you
to our...
agree?
Yeah, definitely would agree there. I mean, the worksheets were really stupid. A lot of them definitely are. Then again, when it comes to the wasting paper part, I'm one to talk. I have 1, 2, 3, 10, 50, probably 150 notebooks.
Threw them all out. Just wasn't room at all for those. Well,
So I hate that.
we need to get back to our topic about our least favorite TV shows.
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, our least favorite whatever shows.
School,
Or subjects.
why can't school be like it used to be? Come on. Is it really that hard? Why can't you punish the person that screwed up? Let everybody else go. Let us have a fun time. We were going to go to Elitch's on the last day of school, but no. Because Raw Public Schools doesn't give a fuck. Doesn't give a fuck about their people.
When I was in school, what they did is if more than half the class was bad, they would cancel a field trip for everyone. But if just 1 or 2 people messed up, they would just say, stay home that day. You're not going on that trip.
Do you know what sucks?
What?
Just one person messed it up. See how messed up Aurora Public Schools is? See how messed up it is?
That is really messed up.
I know, my school district is messed up. Just one kid misbehaves. Nobody goes to the field trips. Fuck it.
See, I never...
Because they don't care about their people.
Yeah, I've been trying to say this like the entire time that we've been talking about field trips. I've never gotten to enjoy them. Yeah, I enjoyed them for like 2 or 3 field trips, but I don't really get to enjoy them. Like when I was in elementary school and middle school, I never got to enjoy them because I suffer from panic attacks. So when I'd go out on a field trip, I would have a panic attack, and either we would have to take the whole class back to the classroom, or I'd suffer for the entire trip and feel like shit. Yeah, it sucked. So I never got to go to Washington D.C. I never got to go to the museum.
Expensive.
So I didn't get to go to any of that stuff.
At my school, only 7th graders get to go to Washington, D.C.
It's
That is
expensive.
bullshit.
It is so
I went to the zoo
expensive.
last year. Why can't I go to Washington, D.C.? Nope, because I'm an 8th grader. The little 7th graders need to go.
Dude, there should be a rant on
what's
field
really
trips then.
stupid is when I was in public school, they brought the 4th graders to Washington, D.C. 4th and 5th graders went to Washington, D.C. Anything above did not.
Stupid.
That was really stupid. And that's when I started having panic attacks was 4th grade. So you can imagine my pleasure when both times I was the only kid in class that had to do boring ass schoolwork the entire day.
Now this is a rant on field trips
I
now.
would not. If one of my teachers make me do that, I will seriously flick off somebody.
So this is a rant on field trips then. Well,
So, what do you want your majors to be in college, Chris?
Always, I will not be happy if my first day.
Culinary.
If my first year of high school, I have no field trips.
You're not going to have any field trips at all in high school. Face it. We had no field trips at all in high school.
No, we don't.
Then somebody's going to get flicked off for
We
sure.
had no field trips in high school, Tyler. We didn't.
Oh!
There were no...
So, 7th grade was the last damn time.
And our field trips were expensive as hell, too. And like...
Can I learn something in this?
Yeah, we're ranting on field trips. Go ahead.
Alright, listen to me carefully. In my middle school year, I was in 7th grade at the time. The 8th grade assistant principal, what he had us do is he had all of us vote for specific trips in Florida because I was there at the time. I was in Florida. I was living in Fort Lauderdale. Chris, you should know where Fort Lauderdale is because you're in Florida right now. Let's see. What happened? Oh yeah, I was a little pissed off because let's see. A lot of us have voted for, let's see. What were the possibilities? Busch Gardens in Tampa, Disney World, Islands of Adventure, both of those in Orlando, and there was a 4th trip that I forgot now, but let's see. In the end, let's see. I voted for Islands of Adventure, but it wasn't enough because Busch Gardens won those votes in the end. And you want to know why I was not happy because I was really hoping for the 8th graders to go to Islands of Adventure, but no, they actually voted for Busch Gardens. Me as a 7th grader, we were supposed to go to, let's see, we ended up going to Islands of Adventure. The 6th and 7th graders. It was supposed to be, I believe, 8 groups. 4 groups of 6th graders, 4 groups of 7th graders, and everything was all good. But you guys want to know something? When I had my chance to listen to me carefully, Tyler, and all of you guys as well. I was even more mad. I was even more mad. Why? Because I missed the trip. And why did I miss the trip? Because my stupid mom did not wake me up in the nick of time.
Oh, jeez.
She gave me absurdly that there was no time for me to get there. I had missed the trip, and then let's see. When she woke me up to take me to my aunt's house, let's see. How can I put it this way? She asked me if I just wanted to go to regular school, and I said no because I was not supposed to go to regular school. So I just ended up not going to school because I missed that trip. I was not happy.
I bet.
We've all had disappointment.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. Shit.
I wouldn't be happy either.
That's bullshit. Like, how the hell? That's bullshit. Like, how the hell? Typically parents are up long before the kids, and typically parents are the ones that wake up the kids for school. That's bullshit. How the fuck can they're let you sleep in, especially on the day of a goddamn field trip? That is, oh my god, that is bad timing on alarms. Like, that is just a really bad way to time a freaking alarm.
Yes, it is. It's a good thing you brought that up because you want to know something? Either we had an alarm clock and she didn't set it up, or we didn't have an alarm clock at all.
Oh, that is bull crap. Oh, that was a field trip too. I was so mad.
Chris, if you're still on the call, which I think you are, I hope you understand everything I said.
He left the call, dang it.
Oh, he did?
Come on, Chris, stop leaving the calls all the time. Why does Chris always leave the calls all the time? But the problem is that Alright, instead of field trips, the tax money is being spent on welfare abuse, on paper, and other crap that schools don't need. That's the problem. That's probably why we don't get any field trips. The school budgets, well, they should be low because our taxes are paying for, our parents' tax dollars are paying for that still. So the biggest problem is that it's not well spent at all. If they cut down the amount of paper they use to like a third, they could save a ton of money. And then not only would they be able to afford field trips, they could probably afford to lower taxes. Yeah, Tyler?
Guys, I hate my damn dad. You know what happened?
But your dad loves you. He's the one who gave you the genes, though.
So much. Let me tell you what happened.
Oh,
He was being annoying, acting doing something really annoying I hate. And I got mad at him, and now I only have 15 more minutes because of his stupid actions.
but you're still young, though. He's also probably considering that consideration. Not to be rude or anything, though.
I know, but now I only have 15 more minutes. God damn it.
But we didn't even get to Skype when we were your age, though. Just keep that in mind. We're not trying to be mean, but
No, it's not
Jamal
happening. I don't want the time like
Jamal
that.
and Mermaid Sarah 6 didn't even have social networks until they were probably like a little older. They didn't have social networks until like 16, both of them.
I didn't even really hear what you had just said there. I heard my name and I didn't really hear much else.
Well, Tyler was complaining that he only has 15 minutes left on Skype, and well, he's 13. But I was saying that you guys didn't even get to even join social networks until you guys were 16. Well, that was off topic, but back to what we were saying about field trips.
When I was 13, when I was 13, there were some social networks that you could join without being 16. And in terms of my parents, after I was like 10, never really bothered to try and tell me to stop staying up late or anything like that. They just kind of gave up on it. And if I was tired and and missed school or something, they would bitch me out for it. Yeah, but I mean, they never really forced the issue.
Field trips. There's like literally no field trips for the last decade. They quit doing field trips around 2006.
Need more field trips.
Well, they can't. The problem is
Don't
the tax money.
make everybody suffer because of their bullshit.
You do have to consider, Tyler. Well, you're still young though, but you know our tax money's paying for the field trips if there's some field trips. That's the problem though. The taxes are just so high.
Why we have to do more work if we're a little bit late? What's so bad about us being late?
Responsibility. One can assume you're not allowed to be late in college. You missed 2 classes for English or kicked out.
We know where the freaking place is at.
No, but the problem is though, Tyler, you're saying it's okay to be late. Oh yeah, an English class in college though. When we were late, you get kicked out of the class for the whole semester. You miss 2 English classes, you're out. Not even kidding. You're
the teachers themselves has been late before.
Well, there were absent a few times because of personal issues, but
we all get late sometimes.
Yeah, back to our topic though. You guys have anything to say about field trips now? Let's see about field trips. Want to just end this video, make another one, since we've already ranted on field trips. We just turned this video into a field trip rant pretty much.
Yeah. I wish my mom would just give me another chance. But no. My stupid dad has to ruin everything. Even though that's off topic, sorry about that. But it's just, I'm just done with him being annoying like that.
Well, you're gonna have to deal with it for like about 10 more years, as long as you're in your house. So,
I wouldn't recommend it for that long, actually.
Yeah, not 10 years, no. Probably less than that. Like maybe. No, I'm almost 14, so probably only about 4.
No, you're gonna be probably going to, if you go to a community college, you will be probably living at home most likely, and your dad will be still there. Unless you're divorced, but oh well.
But I wouldn't say that, and I much less would interfere in Tyler's family or his life.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all there is to say for this video. Yeah, what up? Back to what we were saying, dang it. Alright, so that was all our rant was on field trips. This didn't really become a well-written rant, but oh well. Any last words to say, gentlemen?
No.
We're really off.
Oh, actually, I've got a question for that guy. Listen, now you and I are friends on Skype. I want to get the chance to battle you in Super Smash Brothers to see how good you are.
That sounds like fun. I do live streaming. I can't do one tomorrow because I have to take my car down to the shop and get it fixed in late in the evening. So I'll tell you what, the next time I do a live stream, if I do one early in the day, like what would be a good time for you? Because I could just, I can send you a friend request, or I can send you my name through Skype, and we can.
There's no problem here.
Well, actually, I think telling me on Skype would be easier. Just go directly to me and let me know, and I'll add you. It'll be easier that way.
Okay, I mean, what I can do here real quick is I can actually just throw it up in the chat real quick.
Oh, by the way, here's a problem here. I don't get off of school till 4:30 in my area. It's a long time.
What time zone are you?
6:26.
No, he's asking you what time zone. The time zone that Tyler is in, he's on the mountain time.
Yeah, he is. Okay, so you're 2 hours behind me.
So it's 8:26 in your area?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're being butter. We're butter from
to your area when I can do it.
Yeah, Bud and I are in Eastern Standard, so it's 8:30 almost.
Yeah, I'm on the Eastern time zone too. I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Same.
Oh, nice.
You're
actually close.
I'm in the Eastern time as well. I'm in Palm Bay, Florida.
Where were you, Chris? I lost you for a moment.
Oh, I actually hung up because I had to go do something.
Well,
okay.
Shall we end this video then?
While we were talking about this rant on field trips, I was trying to tell you that, how do I say it? Because, let's see, because I was in Florida at the time, and I was not happy because I had missed. It's my mom's fault that I had missed my chance to go on a field trip to Islands of Adventure. This was back in 7th grade. I was in a middle school in 7th grade. My trip was supposed to be Islands of Adventure, and it's my mom's fault I missed it because she did not wake me up in time.
Oh, that's pretty frustrating.
Yes, it was. I was so mad.
Same thing happened to me at one field trip in 5th grade. I was so pissed. I didn't even. I was so. I know my mom was so sorry that she didn't even let me go to school that day.
Why is that?
Because she didn't want me to have to do boring work all day, so she kept me home.
I think that's understandable.
Well, the field trips I went to, let's see, this was back in Jensen Beach, and, I forget the name, but the field trip was what? I'm going to have to go to another field trip again in my school. Because, you know what, thanks a lot to Aurora Public Schools, who doesn't give a fuck about their fans.
Well, the problem is the tax money. Your tax money pays for some of this stuff, and your parents' tax money pays for some of it, though. Nothing in life is free. So.
And there's no field trips in high school, so I'm freaking screwed.
Yeah, we had none in high school. None that were cheap at all.
Okay, guys, can you guys let Chris tell his story?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris.
let's see. The field trips I went when I first moved into Palm Bay, in 2012. But let's see. It used to be Brevard Community College, but it was actually Eastern College now. The class and my music teacher from my elementary school, who is now retired, went there to see an orchestra. The next field trip which is actually 6th grade, before I came to my middle school in 7th. It was actually the Kennedy Space Center, which I think you guys like that place very much. The second field trip, I believe it was before the year of 2013 and 14 was over, was the medieval time. So that's my field trip experience.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever thought about going to Lion Country Safari?
Well, right now, the middle school I go to haven't really planned a field trip in a while.
Never get field trips.
Okay, but I mean, you personally, your mom, your family.
Actually, no. This year. Actually, no.
And Josiah, the last day of school might even be boring work.
You're not the only one think so, because I have exams before and at the last day of school.
Back in 8th grade.
No, I didn't.
That's the kind of that I'm starting to hating, but still, what can I do about it?
Okay, pretty much. We're not Gandhi because
And
Gandhi,
also,
everyone
I hate
can
this
listen
school I'm
to
going to.
Gandhi.
I can tell you, I keep hearing bad things about this next school I'm going to. I'm not happy. I'm pissed off about it. But I have no other choice. I have no choice to go to a low-graded school.
A low what?
Low-graded. Like, I heard I'll lose a lot of problems with it. Like, people get in trouble for almost no reason sometimes.
What? Why is that?
Actually, Chris, tell her how it's supposed to, because, how can I put it this way? In my 6th and 7th grade years in middle school, the school I went to, it was a bad school. It was an F school. So much violence.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. I can't believe the school I'm going to.
Is it a high school?
Yes, I'm gonna hate it.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna hate it.
Well, I'm so lucky because I'm
One of my friends from YouTube, he got kicked out of that school a lot. Just for telling somebody to stop or something like that.
What?
I know. Tell me about it.
That school needs to close down, whatever the school is.
It's called Higley High School. I'm not happy to go there. And Mom's all like, oh, don't listen to them. That's not true. Yes, it is,
That's
Mom.
what all parents say. That's what all parents say.
Now I have to go. I have no choice. You know, I actually, here's even worse, something even worse. There was this one school where you could go on a lot of field trips for 2 weeks, but I lost the like bid kind of on it. So now I have to go to this stupid school.
You're not in school to go to field trips, though. You're in school to learn, though.
I have
Girls
to
are
go
going
to
to say
this
that to you,
stupid
though.
school with no field trips, no nothing.
You're not in school to go to field trips, though. You're in school to learn. That's the problem, though.
There's a high
That you guys
school that
aren't
goes
looking
on
at
a lot of
enough
field
views,
trips, but
though.
no, I couldn't go to that one. No, I have to go to this stupid one with none. Not one. I'm still mad about it today, and I'm still getting just so pissed off about it every time I think about that damn waste of time. It was a waste of time to fill out that application, and I lost the bid to it, or whatever it was.
It won't even matter, though. Field trips won't even matter once you're out of high school.
One of the kids I really hate in my school has to go to that instead. That's fun school. And I have
You
to go
won't
to
even.
this stupid
It won't
school.
matter once you're out of high school, though. None of that stuff's gonna matter once it passed. A few days from after that, it won't even matter at all.
I know, but still, this is piss sick.
We're leaving this country, though, one day. We are leaving this country, and we're all gonna hang out and leave together one day. We will go wherever the world takes us. I promise
You know
it.
what else I heard?
What?
I also heard that, that there's a lot of, like, the teachers almost, like, they don't really do much about anything, hardly.
They can't, because they're losers, most of them. That's why.
Yeah! Aurora
Most
Public
teachers
Schools,
like that.
Aurora Public Schools get the big middle fingers. I'm done with Aurora Public Schools. I'm done. My high school is gonna be hell. It's gonna be the worst years of my life. I want to kill myself.
No, college is
It's true.
worse, because college is more
Well,
serious than
wait a
high
time.
school.
Wait a minute. And this
Taylor,
year it's gonna be.
yeah, you're not in college, but yeah, but at least you know you have to pass college, or you're dead
I
if you
know
don't.
my friends are having a really hard time at that school because Hinkley just does nothing. Wait a
Well,
minute, Tyler, I
Tyler,
wanna go
you're
that
not going to
far.
be
I wanna
suffering
go
until you
that
get
far
to
with
college.
that.
High school is nothing compared to college, though. You'll be like
I'm
more worthy than
not
ever.
happy about going to this school.
Well, enjoy the experience while it lasts, though. You got to make the experience worth it, though. All you can do is make the experience worth it, though.
I can't believe it. I have to go to this stupid school.
Well, you go to school to learn, not to go on field trips, though. The reason why school got tiring is because it felt like you were never going to leave. That's why school got tiring.
I heard it was so freaking difficult.
Well,
And the
it's
other
high
school's
school.
fun. This
Well,
school is so freaking difficult.
it's high
It's
school.
challenging. You have to do all this damn math. You have to do all this damn shit. You just hate it.
It's high school.
Hate it. You're
Welcome,
not enjoying yourself.
welcome to reality, though. Welcome to reality.
Yeah, I know, but still, I'm still.
We're ending the video soon. And FYI, we have to end the video soon because I have to get off soon. So you guys can chat after I'm done making it. Well,
I still can't believe this.
I have to leave in like 3 minutes. So very sorry about
I'm
that.
telling my friends about the stupid school. What's happening? Well, for me personally, I'm so lucky because right now I'm in 7th grade. I'm so trying to I'm in 8th grade. I want to see if I can try to move on to 8th grade.
You're gonna
I'm
have
in 8th
to.
grade already. I'm almost 9th. As you can tell, almost 9.
The thing is, I gotta get a couple of subjects
You know,
approved.
surprisingly, you are a little bit older than me.
Yeah, the only thing is I gotta get a couple of subjects approved.
You're gonna have to, or you can't move on. That's
Right.
what.
I can't believe this crap.
If you graduate without knowing nothing, you're struggling.
Hey guys, sorry for I'm sorry for the interruption.
Yeah, Jamar, go
Listen,
ahead.
I'm sorry for the interruption, but I just sent that guy a message in the chat box just now, right here in this chat box just now.
That's fine, but you guys realize that I do have to go in 2 minutes. Sorry, my parents got pissed off because of how loud we've all been and how that I just talk too much. We all talk too much. My parents seriously get mad just because we all talk too much. And that's literally what brought us together is our rambling. That's what brought us together. Talking too much is what brought us all together.
Agree with me about Hinkley. It really doesn't look good at all. My friend's having a very tough time. It's how hard it is and all that. Because I'm
Your parents would.
great. He was just as better as me at math.
Yeah, Jamar. Yeah, Jamar.
And he couldn't even do the math at Hinkley.
Yeah, Jamar.
And the other side,
Hold on, guys. I think Jamar was
Yeah, Jamar's a question.
better than I am now. And he's struggling at the math at Hinkley. That's how awful it is. They take it way too far. They're taking Hinkley way too far.
All right, Jamar, ask your question,
Learning
please.
all this extra crap, I'm
Tyler,
not even gonna
we
remember.
have to let Jamar ask his question.
We're not even gonna remember this.
Come on, Jamar, let's ask the question, please. Just ask it.
And they're probably like, that's why that you take notes. But still, what if I lose the notebook? What am I supposed to do then?
Please ask the
Because
question,
eventually I
Jamar.
don't really want the notebook anymore, because that's just cluttering, you know? That's cluttering, and that's hoarding.
Alright, Jomar, please ask your question
And
now.
that's also hoarding.
That's enough, Tyler. That's enough. That's enough. We have to let
I don't
Jomar
have
ask
too
his
much
question.
time.
That's enough. Jomar needs to ask his question now. What were you asking me, Jomar? Very sorry for that.
I am finished. I'm finished.
Okay.
Yes,
I'm
ask.
totally finished.
Okay.
This.
That's enough, Tyler. Come on, Jomar, ask the question.
Alright. Alright. Final question for you, bud, and this call is over.
Alright, just ask it. Anything.
Okay. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. Can you tell your parents, please, that the next times that I invite you to do a rant video on certain people, I'm sorry, but could you please let them know that they're gonna have to get used to my yelling, because when I rant on people, I'm going to yell.
Yeah, and that's what a rant's supposed to be, too. Yeah, I'll tell them that.
Yes, it is.
I'll make sure they get used to it.
This is garbage.
And do not
It's
listen to
supposed
fake
be like that.
rants.
It's supposed to be like, this is garbage. I hate this. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what a rant is. Not if you're just being calm like this. That's not a
Oh, like
rant.
more
That's
show,
just a
like this
ramble.
show.
It might be a ramble, but it's not a ramble. Doesn't always mean a rant.
So,
It's just a ramble.
any last words,
Not even a
gentlemen?
rant.
Any last words, gentlemen? I do have to hang out. I have to hang up.
Okay.
Alright.
Calm down, please.
The bottom line is this.
Alright. I have to leave the call now. We'll call tomorrow, Wednesday, though. We all have, for sure. So, last words, gentlemen. Any, last few sentences to say, spit them out. Yes.
I just wanted to say I'm trying to send right now my internet work and everything in the chat. So I'll keep it up real quick. Anyone who wants to add on, yes, I posted everything in the chat.
Alright then. Well,
Guys.
yeah. With that,
Yes.
that is all. Oh, sorry. That's all we have to say for this rant on field trip. Sorry, got off topic. We just had a bunch of outbreaks and all those meltdowns, outrages, rages, raves, rants, whatever. See you on the next video. Peace out. Thank you 4 or 5 Skype guests for joining us tonight. Good night.